Hey guys, I'm going to do a cycle update, and this is a pretty substantial one. It's one that I'm a bit surprised with, actually, which is I'm only 3 weeks into what I called a mini blast, which means I'm only doing TRT, level testosterone, 150 testosterone, 150 masteron, and 150 NPP. So it works out to around almost like a half gram of gear. But I'm getting great results, even better results than I did when I was running twice as much as what I am right now. Which says to me a few things. Most obvious is you don't always need to be taking a lot of gear to make good gains. Now, I think if I took a little bit more gear, I'd make a little bit more gains. I'm not going to lie. But that being said, I'll give you an update on what actually gains I've been making, okay? So again, I started 3 weeks ago, and with the Masteron NPP, within the first week, you start to notice things. But now 3 weeks in is right when everything is like accumulated in your blood serum concentration levels, the NPP especially, and testosterone. I was taking the same as before, anyways, but so that wasn't like that was accumulating. But I'm pretty much peaked out now as far as how things are, how this mini cycle is going to go. And before I started, okay. Granted, I just finished a really aggressive cut, so I lost a lot of strength. I could only bench press 250 pounds on the machine for not even 5 reps. Okay, to give you an idea. Which for me was actually a kind of substantial loss in gains I make. Today, I went on that same machine and I did it 15 times for 15 reps. I posted it short. If you want to check that out on my page, okay, to see. Granted, it's really quick ones, but regardless, I still did 15 reps, okay? So that shows you within 3 weeks, essentially, the amount of strength increase I put on, okay? But I attribute it to a few things. One, which, as I was stating, the addition of NPP and Masteron, okay? So that's going to, the NPP especially, 150 milligrams NPP works out to like 200 and 250 of normal testosterone as far as how anabolic it goes. So it'd be like, right now I'd be taking like almost 350 to 400 testosterone, but without the estrogenic conversion, because NPP doesn't convert to estrogen, at least to the same degree as testosterone does. So I believe that's what's the main cause of it. And if you took just a 400 test only cycle, you'd make some good gains too. You would. So because that's way beyond super physiological levels. So that's the main thing. The second thing is the fact that I'm taking actual pharma grade testosterone as opposed to before I was taking the Underground Labs testosterone, which could have worked. I just don't know if it was dosed properly, or I don't know if it was like sitting in storage or in a hot container for a long time from China, or who knows, that it kind of degraded, because it only has a certain shelf life. What testosterone does, like 2 years, it's supposed to anyway. So it could have gone bad. I don't know, or it just wasn't good quality, or it was somewhat underdosed. Who knows? Maybe they underdose things, so that makes you want to take more of it, and then you end up just spending more money. I have no idea, but I know it was real because I tested it from a test kit. But I just wanted to state that the pharma grade test, I believe, is I'm getting better results in for whatever reason, which makes sense because it's just top quality testosterone. Lastly, the major reason why I'm increased strength is not just the anabolics I'm doing, but my food is on point, and I guess food is anabolic too, in a way. So my food is just on point as far as the meal preps going between me and my wife. We make lots of meal preps. She's more into like pasta, penne, chicken, vegetables, and as well she likes to make fish and potatoes. She's from South America. They love potatoes down there. She makes a lot of fish and potatoes types of dishes. Me, on the other hand, I like the chicken and rice and vegetable dishes. I'll just grab like a roasted chicken, just strip all the meat off, chop it all up, portion that out, and then rice cooker, portion rice, little scoop out in each, like a 1-to-1 ratio rice to chicken, so it's not like overly carbs in it, and then 2 spoonfuls of boiled vegetables in that, little sauce, little soy sauce, hot sauce, and that's good to go. Make like 10, 12 of those at a time. Pack a freezer full, bam, good to go for lunch and dinner, etc. So I believe the food is what's going to was as well what really contributed to my strength increase, because also that I'm on a tiny bit of a caloric surplus. For naturally, I think that's a good idea when you want to be on a cycle to put on mass, especially if you're taking Nandrol, and I imagine it's because you want to put on strength and size. It's not like you're doing a Winstrol cycle or something where you're cutting and you want to be like super stage ready or something. So yeah, my goal is to put on strength and size. So it's working. A little bit of a caloric surplus with the right compounds. But more so, this is just an experiment for me to see how much strength I could get on the smallest amount of compounds. Lowest threshold I would do pretty much of a blast. Like, this is pretty much the smallest blast I would do. 150 tests, 150 Masteron, 150 MPP. Nothing substantial there, you know. It's not like I'm pushing my test doses high, or not at all. There's still TRT level. Now, how am I going to potentially modify this? One, which is kind of an interesting idea I've been rolling around in my head, is just add an oral. My initial thought was Anavar, and I thought also Anadrol, but no, I'm not going to do Anadrol. But the other one is, which is an interesting choice, which is D-Bol, because instead of increasing the testosterone injectable dose up, I could just introduce a low dose of D-Bol, like a half pill even or something, and that would just bring because it's essentially a pill form of testosterone, so it would bring that up a little bit, and that would help increase the strength and size. Simultaneously increasing the amount of NPP I do, which I want to potentially just double that dose. And then with the Masteron, I might just keep it where it's at, because I don't really want to push Masteron doses too high. I just want a little bit. So more so just I'm on a kind of a budget. I want to like keep the I just want to keep things to a minimum too for even the next blast. But if I increase the NPP and I add something like a D-Bol for like 4 weeks or so, then I just want to see where that takes me. I've been curious to try D-Bol. I know people talk shit about it, but whatever. If I go on a short cycle, on like a half dose of what's recommended, at least to start, then it's definitely going to put on strength. So that's my goal. So why not try it, right? That's what I'm thinking. The other alternative is just Anavar. With Anavar, you get good pumps, but it's not like it's going to be a huge strength increase. It still does, but it's not like it's fucking like super crazy or anything. So yeah, that's probably, I don't know, maybe I'll try D-Bol, see where that takes me, instead of increasing the testosterone doses up. And the other rationale for that is, if when I have to get another blood test from my doctor in a month or so, if I go off D-Bol for 2 weeks, then that shit will clear, hopefully, and then my test levels will be where they're supposed to be at. So that's what that's my cycle update, I guess. What do you guys think? Leave in the comment section below. But just to reiterate and summarize, you can still make substantial gains on small cycles. Still do it. Training on point, food on point, but then obviously a little bit of gear to take things up a notch. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments section. I always appreciate your guys' comments and feedback. Thanks. Peace.